Hello, welcome back. Today I want to address a breathing technique that some of us may have experienced in a yoga class before, or maybe it was brought up and we were like, what the heck is that person talking about? So I'm referring to the breathing technique breath of fire. So, breath of fire is you're actually taking rapid inhales and exhales. So you're really using the abdominal muscles, the lower chakras, the navel chakra. So we're really strengthening that area. There are some really good benefits for practicing breath of fire. So it strengthens the nervous system to resist stress. It repairs and balances the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, strengthens our navel chakra, and it boosts our immune system and increases the oxygen delivery to our brain. So, if you ever practice breath of fire, you may have felt afterwards almost like you have a high. You might have like a tingling sensation, maybe in your fingers or your face or the whole body. It might make you feel nauseous. You might feel dizzy. You might feel like you're going to pass out. So, the idea is not to do it rapid if it's not comfortable for you. You can take it slow and steady in the beginning. So, ideally, when you do breath of fire, you do it for about 1 to 3 minutes and you pause in between. So it's not like you don't have to sit there and do it for 3 minutes. But you can also start by only doing it for 30 seconds. And it's also really great practice to kind of boost that energy. And what it does is really beautiful is because it's working with our solar plexus. And our solar plexus is where our fire element is. So when we do that breath of fire, we're moving that energy up through the chakras and eventually out through the crown. So if you experience cardiac problems or issues, spinal disorders, respiratory infections, or if you're pregnant, and you should not be practicing breath of fire. Also, if you're having your menstrual cycle, you can practice breath of fire, but I would take it really slow. And if it gets really uncomfortable, just do the slow, deep breaths in and out. A lot of times I teach Kundalini yoga and I do the breath of fire, and I know that I've never really introduced it. So I kind of want to walk you through exactly what breath of fire kind of looks like. And just remember that the form is more important than the speed of the breath. So how you're actually doing the breath work and your form is far more important than if you're doing it rapid. Because if you've been to some classes, the teacher's like, it's crazy, super fast. You don't have to do it that way. As long as you're doing it and it's slow and steady and the form is perfect, that's all. That's what you truly want to get out of the practice. So imagine that to start, we're going to actually pant like a dog. So we're going to be dogs. So you can find a comfortable seat. I like to sit up on a cushion because I like to have my hips up higher than my knees. So it really opens up this area. So this seat is important. So let's find that first. So finding that seat. And you want a slight tuck of the chin. So if you can engage your Mula Bandha, which is your root lock, so that means that you're squeezing in and lifting up all of your sex organs and your rectum. So it's like you're squeezing those in. So the navel is going to come in towards the spine. So it's like it naturally makes you sit up taller. And then you're going to open up through the chest. So you're opening up the heart space. And then naturally, when you lift and open, you're actually straightening and aligning that neck with the spine. So then it kind of just naturally takes its tuck. So in the beginning, when we're panting, just take your left hand or your right hand, it doesn't really matter, and put it on your belly just so that you can feel. So when you are doing the inhales and the exhales of the breath, when you inhale, your belly is going to rise. And when you exhale, the belly is going to come in. So inhaling, the belly rises. Exhaling, the belly comes in. So start panting like a dog. And if you want, during the practice, you can keep your hand right there. And it's going to be quite the ab workout. So just breathing alone and using these abdominal muscles is really going to strengthen our core and that area in our solar plexus. So for hand positions, you can always have your hands like you're making like the OK symbol. So you can have your hands in the Gaya Mudra position on your knees. Or you can do what's called the ego eradicator. Sorry, lost my train of thought. So your arms would be up, your thumbs. So you're like this. So your shoulders are soft down by your ears. Your arms are straight. So you can always have your arms up like this during Breath of Fire as well. So it's kind of depends on what's comfortable for you. I'd say in the beginning, just have your hands down or even just place your hands on your belly so that you can feel the breath coming in and out. So you can kind of connect with it. So we're going to try it. We're going to try Breath of Fire. And it's okay. It's going to be weird. It's silly. And I encourage you to have a box of tissues because the boogers are going to come out. They're going to come out. So get your box of tissues if needed. And just take a nice breath in and out slowly through the nose. Allow your eyes to close. And then with your eyes are closed, rolling the eyes up to the third eye space. So in your third eye space, you're imagining the root of the nose meets the skull bone. Because our third eye is way back by our pituitary gland, right? That's what they say, the third eye connects to our pituitary gland. So when you close your eyes, roll those eyes up, bring that space to the middle of the eyebrows, just above, and really gaze into the root of the nose meets the skull bone. So just kind of imagine that space. The color of the third eye is an indigo color, so you can always envision that too. And as we're doing our Breath of Fire, you're moving that energy from the solar plexus, moving that fire up and through. So again, close those eyes. Take a nice big deep breath in and out through the nose. Finding your mudra, how you want your hand position. So engage the Mula Bandha, the root lock. So you're squeezing up and in all of the sex organs. Remembering on the inhale, the belly is out, and exhale, it comes in. So the inhale is passive and the exhale is powerful, but they're the same length. Same length of breath in and out. So the inhale is passive, the exhale is powerful. And for me, I like to do my arms coming up for the ego erecticator. I keep losing my train of thought on that one, but yes. Okay. Allow your eyes to close, finding your position. Remembering it's not about the pace and the speed, it's all about the form. So bringing in those sex organs, finding that root lock, open it up through the chest, through the heart chakra. Nice couple big breaths in and out through the nose. And on the next series of inhale, we will begin our breath of fire. So the belly is snapping in towards the spine. So you can take a break. Feel how it feels, take a notice of the energy. Seeing if that little bit has changed how you feel. So the ego erecticator is one hand position. You'll see in Kundalini Yoga. Another one, the arms are out like a T. One of my favorites is bringing the hands onto the shoulders. So the fingers are on the front of the shoulders and the thumbs are on the back. And when you do the breath of fire in this exercise, you're inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right, inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right. And the mantra Satnam is a universal mantra. You can always refer back to Satnam during any of the breathing practices or in any kind of yoga practice. So you would inhale Sat and exhale Nam. Inhale Sat, exhale Nam. So that's a universal mantra, and that just is often used in Kundalini practices. And you can think of Satnam as truth as my identity, and we are vibrating our existence, and I am an energetic being. So those are some of the things that you can relate Satnam to as you are mentally saying that to yourself. You can also, some instances you would say Satnam out loud, but in the practice of breath of fire, you're just saying it mentally to yourself. Again, the gaze would be your eyes closed, your gaze is on the third eye. So you're rolling those eyes up again to the place so that the bridge of the nose meets the skull bone. So that way back into the pituitary gland area. So I'm going to try that. We're going to try that just to see how it feels. It's going to be weird, remember. And we'll do it a little bit longer. So we're doing the breath of fire as we're inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right, and it's Sat Nam. So it's going to look like this. So close your eyes, engage your root lock, so bring those sex organs and rectum up and in towards the navel. And I'll show you what it looks like first. Now, when we stop, we're going to inhale and come to the center. Suspend the breath so you're holding the breath when you stop. So then the roof of the mouth is going, or the tongue is going to press onto the roof of the mouth. So you would take a big breath in when you stop, engage the root lock, press the tongue to the roof of the mouth, and then you would exhale and release. So let's try Breath of Fire together with a little bit of movement and see how that feels. So find your comfortable seat. Allow your eyes to close. Bring that gaze up and into the third eye. Engage your root lock. So you're squeezing, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Take a nice big breath in. And exhale. And on the next, we will start now saying Sat Nam to yourself. So you're inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Take a big breath in, hold it in the center. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Press the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Hold the breath. And release. Bring those hands down onto your thighs or your knees. Just take a moment to notice the energy. Notice how you feel. So that, my friends, is Breath of Fire. So I use it quite a bit sometimes in yoga, mostly in Kundalini. If you've ever taken Kundalini course, you know that Breath of Fire is incorporated in that quite a bit. So it's also been used in Vinyasa or Hatha yoga classes. I've seen it there as well. And even sometimes in meditation, it's been used before. So just remembering that it's a fairly easy process of breathing to just kind of clear out, get the energy moving through the body. So it's really great to do in the morning, to incorporate it into a morning practice, or in the mid-afternoon when you're feeling like a funk. Because it kind of, if you get to the point where you can really do it for about 1 minute to 3 minutes, it's really going to give you that sensation of a high, and you're going to really start to feel that energy moving, and it feels invigorating and it's nice. So I think I've said, yeah, just remember when you start, it can be slow and steady, doesn't have anything to do with speed. It's all about form. And we will work with it some more throughout yoga practices and talk about it more as needed. But I hope everyone enjoyed the video, and I will see you all soon. Satnam.